Hi guys, and welcome to the ancient situation of Maya. I'm Shivali, glad you have with me. By Maya, I mean for start the nation that can form, the nations that can form Maya, then the Maya nation itself, when you actually form it. To form it, you will take this decision here to basically unite the League of Maya upon. As you can see here, you have to own some provinces. They also have to be core, then you have to reform your religion. Then you can create it. We know other important costs like haptic 10, for example. Also, doing this is gonna change your government rank to empire, and it's gonna allow you to change your government directly to despotic monarchy. It's kind of strange. This makes this decision here obsolete. This is just for some added bonus, but for the AI, it sometimes must be somewhat important. Sometimes they'll be dispersed and not be able to form the nation of Maya, for example, the AI, and by the time the Castile conquers all of this, or whoever is on this side, usually it's gonna take a while, so they might actually be able to change their government and form the Maya nation. Then it also depends on the lag that the AI has. Now, I'm gonna start with each nation with the tabs here, then go for each nation individually. The tabs are gonna be valid for all countries. I'm gonna switch from one place to another just for the leaders and their heirs if they have any heirs, and for the states they should be quite the same, but I'm still gonna go to each country just to, if it's the same as the earlier country, I'm just gonna say it's the same, and you can actually take that into account, just like the mentioned nations. So let's start with the Sioux first. As you can see here, you have a 3-1-2, which is 66-year-old. He's gonna die soon. His heir is a 2-1 guy. My recommendation is to kill this guy as fast as possible, so make this guy into a general as soon as you can. So we're gonna do this right now. He won't live for long. Unfortunately, you're gonna lose 1 point on military, 1 point on average because of this guy, but you need to get rid of this guy as soon as possible and see what area you're gonna have here. If you have a decent heir, try to kill this guy as well. Like when this guy dies and you go to this guy and he's gonna be the heir. Actually, see, you have no legal heir, but sometimes you'll get the heir yourself, or you'll get a random generated one or by event. Now, but yeah, you'll see what kind of heir you have, and if you have a good heir, chop him off, chop his head, make him into a general, and let him die. Advisor wise, you still can use the estates, but as you can see right now, you are hard pressed to get the points to get the level 2 stuff. In my opinion, the estates should be basically destroyed for the nations here in the Americas, because they are mostly tribes. They shouldn't quite exist, or they should have different names, but again, it's up to the developer, not up to me. Now, also, as you can see here, they both have random selected vassals. I started as France. I switched the tag to this countries here, so you can see what might be the rivals that a country might have. Now, let's actually... it doesn't really matter. So, advisor-wise, you're not gonna get anybody from here. You won't have the cash. As you can see, if you kill this, you have 2 ducats, at most 2 ducats 84. So let's say that you can possibly, and I mean possibly, afford an advisor, the +2 advisor, but it's not recommended right now, mainly because you want to have to boost up your force limit. It's gonna cost you some cash. That is gonna increase your maintenance. You're gonna fight some wars, which is gonna cost you even more cash. So that is the main reason why this option sucks, to actually get a +2 advisor, but it's recommended to get a +2 advisor whenever you feel that you can actually afford it. So you also go for national focus +7. you'll spend on the Mayan religion to basically from the religion from here quite a lot of admin points to core release. I'll talk about the religion and their special mechanics once I get to the religion tab. Now, if you can get an advisor, go for the admin advisor from the decision from the clergy. Though remember, you're gonna have to give some lands to the clergy yourself. So try to give lands that you actually conquer from Itza or from Kokomes, depending on who you conquer first or who I tell you to conquer first. Probably it's gonna be Kokomes, but we'll have a chat and see what is the best option. Now, let's go next for rivals. Right now, this guy rivaled Kokomes and Itza. In my opinion, these are your most likely rivals, like your boxed in. You probably will attack them. Although my recommendation would be, let's see, Itza protecting Kokomes. So this guy rival all three of them. Your main ally will be this guy. So you'll get an alliance instantly with this guy. Oh, ooh, that's bad. Actually, I won't start. It's fine. I should have done that. I'll make some calculations once I do it. And this means that this guy won't be able to ally this guy. If you actually look from here, you'll see that they rivaled him. So they're stupid, but usually they don't. They just rival this guy. They rival me, Siu, and Itza Kokomes, and they can ally Kitchen. But in the situation right now, they're not gonna ally them because they rival him. But yeah, you ally this guy, you attack this guy first. Probably we'll talk about when we start, just to not actually waste your time. Cash rise, you already see. You don't have that much cost. You don't have root up corruption for some reason. Oh yeah, you have. Yeah, you have no estates, you have no... you have autonomy, right? Yeah, you have some autonomy, but not that much. Trade-wise, you only have one trade node. Actually, you have... Okay, so you have a couple of trade nodes. The Rio Grande, the Mexico, etc. Let's transfer trade power from here to Mexico, where you collect. And you don't have access to the other trainers, so collect with the last guy from here. There's nothing much to say. Tech wise, go for admin tech for the ideas. As you can see, you are 1-1-1. It's gonna be a while until you get to tech level 5 when you can get an idea. Also, as I said before, you're gonna waste tons of points on what's it called? Forgot, tons of points on coring, decoding stuff when you release from your religion, which is really gonna slow you down, to say the least. Now, as always, go for admin, save Diplo points. Maybe you can Diplo course some stuff, and for the military technology, take it whenever possible. Ideas, you will go for exploration ideas. Then expansion ideas. That's pretty much it. You want to colonize all of this stuff as soon as possible. Although let it be noted that your lands suck. Let's see. No, this here. The lands suck. No. What else one command? Development. There we go. As you can see, they quite suck a lot. They suck, and they suck big time, except for some lands here, but yeah, you basically have only orange stuff, no yellows. It's low development, they're not that well developed, so in this patch where you have to build tall and not not wide, having this many low provinces that have, I don't know, say 5 development, 3 development, etc. You're gonna struggle a lot to basically get your stuff ready, so you'll need to actually have a lot of them, like have maybe twice the amount of provinces that a Western nation will have, maybe even more actually, because you get only 25%. Yeah, it's gonna be a lot. The same goes for the what's called The trade nodes, try to manage them as well, but we'll talk about the trade nodes that you're gonna collect in later on. So next step, ideas we already talk about. You'll go exploration, expansion, then whatever floats your boat. I recommend going military ideas, but it's gonna be a while until you get a tech to go for another idea. By the time you westernize and you get a tech 10, it's gonna take you a while. And you're gonna have to keep up with the Westerners, so you should probably go for quality ideas. There's no but here, you need to go for quality ideas. You need to have better ships and you need to have better troops. So there's no offensive ideas, just quality ideas that fit you. Now, let's go for the next tab, missions and decisions. You basically don't have flavor events at all, I think. Although you may have some events, but I didn't see anything on the wiki, and I don't think you have. Oh, you have some Mayan events. Let's actually check them out a little bit. Yeah, you have some flavor events, like 4, 7 events. They're mostly related along the prophecies or the League of Mayapan, which is gonna give you prestige. They're for converting to Catholic as well. Sacrifices, prophecies, etc. Nothing much. Some small flavor events, nothing much to say about them. You can check out the wiki or the event files if you want to know more about them. Now, stability and we already talked about from the League of Mayapan, so you already know how, what you should know about forming the League of Mayapan. So let's go to the next part, stability and expansion. Nothing much to say here. Same stuff as always. Try to keep stab on 1. Lower war exhaustion when you think is necessary. You have to be more experienced there, but when you are facing rebels, most likely just lower war exhaustion. As for religion, let's actually go here. As you can see, your religion is Mayan. Let's go again. And it gives you +1 advisor, tolerance of the true faith. It's a religion that came with a new patch, and it gives so much needed flavor for the nations around this patch, the part here. Basically, this guy's got Inti, this guy's got Natohal, so we're Nahwal, something like that, and this guy's got Mayan. So basically, Mayan religions works the same as the Inti religion. Basically, you take reforms, and when you have the full reforms taken, you're going to reform the religion. Now, the reason I'm saying this somewhat sucks for... I didn't say this, but it somewhat sucks for the Mayan because they have to take the decision here, they have to have... Actually, there we go, it says. You have to have a number of cities at 20, so you must have them cored, you must have stability as 1, and no overextension. And once you do this, you're gonna release, or you're gonna save only 12 provinces, then the rest are gonna be released. Which really sucks for you, because you're gonna have to pay points to record them again, which is really gonna be annoying. But to some degree, you're gonna be able to hold on to your zones that have your culture. Basically, they are here. You're probably gonna be able to hold on to this onto your core lands, Kokomes, Itza, and a little bit of Kiche. You can hold 12 at first, I think, then 14, then 16, +2 for every reform that you get, which means that you're gonna suffer a lot in adding points. Like, you're gonna suffer a lot in adding points, so try to have try not to waste as many adding points as possible, because you still have to take those decisions. So that's why this is really important to remember. Do not waste points, because you need those mana points. Now let's talk about the bonuses that you get when you reform the religion. So first off, you have land maintenance modifier. It's excellent. You have the national rest minus 2%, it's also excellent. You have the infantry compatibility plus 10%, it's also excellent. The colonist is also excellent, and the core creation cost minus 20%, also excellent. I would like to say that between Natural, Maya, and Inti, these guys have the best religion, the best bonuses that I can get. These bonuses are huge, huge, fucking huge. Like every single one of these bonuses are actually excellent for you, because you can just basically, you have cheaper core, you have the extra colonist, you have the infantry compatibility, you have the national rest, and you have the land maintenance modifier. So everything here is god level good. Not god level good, but let's say king level good. If you go for a scale from Duke, King, Emperor, it's king level good. Now, there's not much to say about the interreligion. To reform it, same as the rest. Either we have 18 techs ahead, or and have a core with the western neighbor, a division core with the western neighbor, or need to have all the religious reforms. This is put in place for the AI in the late game when it gets nearby another colonizer that is also an AI. So that's why this was put in place. Now let's go to the military tab. You can have 8 troops, which is decent for now. You should probably max out this. Yeah, should probably max out this. For your first fights, I recommend trying to get a good leader. Let's roll actually. Remember that you're gonna make your ruler into a leader as well, so that should be good. Also, other stuff here, as you can see here, you have the core creation cost minus 10% and national rest minus 1% from being a tribal government, tribal despotism, which is really good. Keep this in mind as well. Tribal despotism is good. Now, let's go to the next guy. Actually, sorry. All of these guys basically have the same stuff. Let's actually go to the right. Yes, commerce. There we go. The amount of cash that these guys make are smaller, so you won't be able to actually hold an advisor like the Stew. Basically, the Stew can somewhat hold an advisor. These guys can't hold an advisor at all. At least a +2 advisor that is more efficient. Most likely the same goes for the rest of these guys as well. Yes. And yeah, the same goes for all these guys. They all cannot actually hold a level 2 advisor that gives them cash. Only this guy can hold a level 2 advisor, and can I think it's because no, they don't have a trade now. Strange. He has more development, right? I remember. He has what, 38 development, 32 development. So yeah, he has plenty of development. Now let's talk about what you should attack and who you should attack in the early game for these guys, for all of these guys basically. So, as the Stew, you get an alliance with Kiche. Then you're gonna attack either Itza or Kokomes. It's honestly up to you who you want to attack, but my recommendation is to attack Itza, then attack attack the Itza, take lands from the Itza. Let's say give Belize, for example. I don't know, Belize has the highest base tax. Yeah, that should be good. So give Belize to Kicho, or give them Kipas. But it would be better if you actually give them Belize. Actually, no, they can core this, so fine. So you can give them Chipas, for example, or Petan, whatever land you want to give them, and or actually, what mission do you have? Recover negative stability. Let's actually see something. Admin. And let me do this. Mission-wise, no. You should probably would have gotten some missions to fabricate claims. You can fabricate claims like... you can fabricate claims. So you should probably fabricate claims to lower the cost. Although right now in this patch is the minus 50% cost, so you're just gonna build a territorial core, so you're not gonna pay that much cash on it. So that should be also good for you. Now, your ally, again, you ally Kiche. You ally Kiche, then you basically ally, you attack Itza, give one province to Kiche, then take the rest for yourself and core them. Then you attack Okomes with the help of Kiche, then give them one province as well. Or, if you think you are capable enough or you have a good leader, do not call Kiche into the war against the Okomes, because you might be able to beat them without the help of the Kiche. Then you're gonna attack the Kiche and break the alliance, attack the Kiche and take their lands, core some stuff, etc. Back and forth, back and forth. After this, go against the Zapotec and take also the Zapotec away. At this point, I think you can actually 4, 7, 11, 15, no, 15, 19. You probably need to take another province from this guys here, either from Totonac or Mistec. Aztecs are kind of big and they're not worth attacking them. They are not worth provoking. Or if you can actually make it so that you attack them when they are in trouble, that will be actually good as well. But yeah, this is the wished attack. Once you do this, you go for the rinse and repeat, then restart everything from the get-go. Again, conquer, take, ally when you can, but you should probably be quite big. You should probably hold, be the biggest nation in this region here. So you won't need allies. We'll talk about how you should keep the area of the Nahualt, or whatever it's called. I won't try to pronounce it anymore. Religion down, basically making sure that they do not grow powerful. But we'll talk about this soon. Now, for the Kokomes, it's the same stuff as the Itza. You'll simply attack Peten, then attack Siu. Same stuff. Again, try to have some claims if at all possible. If not, just take and waste points. There's nothing much to do about it. You have to expand as fast as possible because you don't want to waste time. It's gonna take you tons of time to basically do this. To reform the Mayan religion, it's gonna take you quite a while. With Itza, it becomes somewhat problematic, as you can see right now. They are basically rivaled by all of them. Try to basically keep yourself in check. As for your rivals, again, it's you, it's whoever you want to attack basically. So it's gonna be either Kokomes, Siu, but first see who rivals you, then ally the guy who hasn't rivaled you, to the point that you can actually perhaps even ally Zapotec if they don't want any of your lands, but they want some of your lands, so you're not gonna be able to ally them, at least in this playthrough. Now, for the Kiche, it's basically an alliance with the Siu because they're big. Then you attack Peten, then you attack the Kokomes with the help of the Siu in both cases. Give them one province in both cases, then focus on attacking the Siu. Or if you want, you can still keep the alliance. Again, it's up to you. I recommend taking the alliance from the Siu, mainly because you're gonna keep most of them and they're gonna be your religion. Now, as with everything, every guy here, it's basically the same stuff. Conquer. Once you do the first round of conquering with either of them, you're gonna be big enough to declare war without alliances. Now, let's talk about the, let's say, late early game. No, it's good. Late early game. by late early game, let's say that you... Now let's talk about years. It's faster if I talk 3 years. So let's say that you've done the first round of conquest. The first round of conquest should take you around 15 years, mainly because you'll have to break your alliance with Kiche. This is gonna give you a truce, so you won't be able to attack them if you're Sioux. But in all cases, you should probably, when you break your alliance with your ally, you're gonna have to wait a little bit to attack him. In the downtime, try to attack Zapotec if at all possible, or ally some guys from here. Now, the way you should do to keep these guys disunited, basically, or keep them on the ground and below you, below you, you should ally the underdogs, basically. For example, the Aztecs are big. They have this vessel here, and this vessel here, so they're left with only these two guys. You should probably ally this guy and this guy to make sure that the Aztecs do not actually gain more land than they should. Now, this thing should be done with every nation, of course. There's not much to say about it. Now, remember that every time you do this again, you take a reform here, you're gonna be able to keep more lands. So you're gonna be able to keep 12, 14, 16, 18, and that's about it. Then the rest you can you're gonna have no more reforms after that. 12, 14, no, it's 12, 14, 16, 18, yeah, 20 for the last one. So when you do the last reform, you're gonna go down to 20 regions, then you can take whatever you want. Now, for the order here that you should take on the religious reform, it's scoring cost, followed by the colonies +1, followed by the this thing here, either land maintenance modifier or national rest or infantry combat ability, depending on how you stand. If you have problems with keeping your lands down, go for this. If you don't have cash, go for this. If you don't have good enough troops, go for infantry combat ability. But by the point that you actually take your third reform, you should probably have the required amount of firepower, let's say, to keep the lands in check. So you should probably either aim for more cash or less national unrest. It depends on if it's possible or not. Also, if you take some of the lands here, if you can, convert them. If you can convert them so that you won't have problems again when you take them out. Remember that you're gonna lose them, and when they get released there might be your religion, so you can probably get faster allies. But again, it's up to you. Also remember that you do not need any more than 20 provinces, so it's gonna be easier for you to get the conquest started, to get the 20 provinces faster after the first reform. Now let's do a recap. First, you conquer these lands here with all of these nations, as I said, with all of these nations here individually. Then you basically move into here, try to keep these guys in check, then conquer. Another thing, when you actually release your vassals by the decision here, let's actually check it out a little bit. You should probably gain a truce. Integrate. Integrate Gok, integrate integrate Kick, integrate Zapotec, I think, integrate Aztec. Yeah, there we go. We have these guys taken, and we have to have stability as one, right? Stability as we already have stability. Yeah, we can already took it. So once I took this, you'll see. So I can lower my stability. I'm gonna lose everything here. And we got this. And let's see. As you can see, you have a truce for what, January 1450. Basically, you're gonna have a truce with this guy, so you won't be able to attack them. So my recommendation is to mind whoever you attack when you want to expand. To expand and take more lands. Try to basically, let's say, have CBs already on this guys here. Most likely, once you do the first one, you're gonna have lands around this place and you're not gonna be able to attack this guy. But most likely, you're gonna be able to attack this guy here, so try to have some claims on him so that you can attack this guy. You're gonna have access, is fine. So even though you have a truce with this guy, you're gonna be able to attack this guy or somebody else basically, which means that's gonna be good. Also, once you took the Zapotec, okay, what the fuck just happened here? Let's actually finish the train of thought. Once you take the Zapotecs, go for this guy, for the mixed deck, not for this guys here, because you can take a CP on these guys from this area here, and you can take all of their lands, which are quite cheap to be honest. Like they're 3, 3, 5, 5. They're cheaper than the rest of the lands in these provinces here. Like this is 5, this is 5, this is 5, this is 16. So yeah. Also, as you can see here, all down the tooltip said you can hold 12. You actually don't hold 12. You hold what? That's 4, 4. You can hold 10 for some reason. Which is quite annoying. Actually, let's do it again. Aztec, let's see, Zapotec, Kikche, and Itza. Oh, I could already take it. And let's go for the colonist. Yeah, say you're gonna be reduced to a region of 14 provinces. And right now I think you have 14 provinces, right? I have 20 provinces, so it honestly might be reversed. As you can see here, you're out of course on these provinces here. I think they... oh yeah. So these guys here lost their course, basically. For some reason they lost their course. I think it's because of my actual annexation. Although I'm not sure. But yeah, sometimes these guys might lose their course for some reason when you actually do this. And they're gonna be left with only one province. I don't know if it is because of my integrate stuff or simply because... what's it called? Simply because they lose their course by decision. I honestly have no idea. But you're gonna be left with some provinces that you'll have to core, which is gonna be a little bit easier on you. Actually, let's try it again. I'm gonna... what do I need? This guy should be mixed deck. Oh, I need to core this stuff though. That's gonna be troublesome. And I can't sell it back. Can I sell it back? I need... it's not gonna work. Yeah, I'll probably have to restart it. I don't want to restart actually to check it out. But yeah, as I said before, try to leave yourself avenues of attack open so you can actually not waste time. Because you're gonna have truces, and they're gonna be... it's gonna be troublesome for you to hold this. I lost the course here as well for some reason. Strange. I think it's because of the integrate and because I didn't wait the day and they're still in the fog of war. That's why they did it. This actually, I'm gonna reload just to make sure that I actually... no, this thing should be hit. And I'm just gonna redo it. It's gonna take 30 seconds just to make sure that I give you good information. Because if it's a bug, it has to be fixed. If it's not a bug, and it's the mistakes from my integrate, basically from the cheat. But yeah, as you can see, the Maya are quite a problematic nation to play because you basically lose so many provinces. Because you lose so many provinces so fast. And that is really troublesome, because you spend too many admin points and you're gonna be left behind on ideas. Now, let's do it again. Integrate let's kick, integrate zap, integrate Aztec, it's the cock comments, right? Cock, integrate the cock. And let's actually see it like this, wait for a day, let's max the speed a little bit. And we have to get the stability, let's go for admin. And we're gonna get this. We're gonna go for it again. Yeah, now they have the course. Let's do it actually again and check it. No, they don't exist anymore. Aztec, Zapotec, was it Aztec, Zapotec, and kick. Come on, kick. There we go. And let's go for the Itza as well. Where is Itza? And I'll check a little bit. Then get the boost up. And see if they still lose their... They still have their course. Yeah, they actually lost the course from the integration. Yeah, like they have no course right now. For some reason. Like there's no core here, there's no core here, there's no core here. Let's try to integrate Mestec. Like this is a bug, to be honest. And now they still have a core. And if I actually do this again, they're gonna be released. These guys will have no course. Yeah, it's strange. I mean, this must be from the second integration that they lose the course, or because it's the second time they get released, they'll have no. I honestly cannot tell it, to be honest. I really have no idea. I think it's because of my my integration and stuff. But yeah, if you want to abuse the bug, you can probably just vassalize to a vassal and integrate him and abuse the bug a little bit. If you want to do it, that's the way to go if you want to abuse this bug. Now, let's talk about your next expansion. Basically, let's say that you have reformed the religion. As you can see, Maya is expanding contract, so it's gonna take you a while. It's probably gonna take you, I would say, more than 50 years, most likely. You'll be left without no admin points, basically. So it's the less time it takes you, the more starved you're gonna be on admin points. So by the time you actually reform the religion, it's gonna be a while. By the time you conquer all of this land here, it's gonna be even more time. So I do not know the exact time, but consider the fact that's gonna take you perhaps 15 to 20 years per cycle to basically contract and expand, and you have 6 contractions and expansions. The 5 contractions should take you, let's say, 70 years, depending on how good you are. Although the first one is gonna take you the most, the second, the third, and the fourth, the fifth, they're gonna take you less and less time. Especially when you get the promised year, and you can actually fabricate claims on this guy, or have a CB for attacking on this side here. So yeah, it's possible that it'll take you something around 60 years to basically reform your religion, and have perhaps half of this around here. Then the rest of these guys here are just easy pickings. You can probably just take them bit by bit. For the colonial range, sorry. Let's see. Where was that thing, man? I always can find it. I'll be honest. Colonial. There we go. As you can see, you don't have you have a range only on the Why can't I was it? Oh yeah. So I need to select this thing. Let's go with this one. Then let's see it again. So you can only colonize provinces that are close to you, and these provinces are tropical, so it's gonna take a while for you to basically uh, move yourself basically down south to the Incas when you're gonna where you're gonna have the next attack basically against the Incas. It's gonna take you quite a while, so try to basically take the fastest route there. That will be probably this, 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 yeah. So to Panama, to Darien, basically, land bridge to the Quito. Then you're gonna slowly move into these guys to conquer them. There's nothing much to say about this. It's gonna take you a while. Once you hopefully have the second tech, you'll go like this. Your main priority should be taking coastal provinces so that the Europeans won't have a land base. And you'll also have a priority on the Caribbean trade node because this node controls most of the trade in the New World. It controls it to a heavy degree controls the trade in the New World. I'll say that it controls maybe, see, yeah, you have Mexico, Rio Grande that pushes here, Mississippi that pushes here as well, Panama, Lima, you also push from these guys here, you can push from the Philippines. So yeah, there's a lot of ways to push the trade. So they control perhaps 70% of the trade here, the rest being Chesapeake Bay, Gulf of St. Lawrence and Brazil. So try to have a priority on the Caribbean to have full control over here when you have the necessary tech, of course, because it's gonna take you a while to have a tech 3. Tech 3, is it on Diplo? Tech 2. So you need to have tech 2 to get the extra trade range. So it's not that far ahead, I guess. But you'll still need the tech to get to Havana to get the extra coring range. Although you need a boat, you can build boats at Tech 2, right? You can build cogs and galleys, transport, etc. So you need Tech 2. But yeah, let's do a small review, and after this I'll end this episode because there's pretty much nothing more to say about this. Once I finish the Aztecs as well as the region of North America with the states here, I'm gonna talk about how to form, what is the fastest way to form an American empire, and what countries are the best suited for that expansion. And I'll send you to those videos, and as well as give you an in-depth analysis on how you should do it. So let's recapitulate. We can go back to the start and see how you should attack and who you should attack as any of these nations. My recommendation is go for the Sioux. They are the easiest nations to form the League of Mayapan, followed by the, I would like to say, Itza, although their situation is somewhat bad. At the start they have more base tax, and that's good. A second option will be the Cocomes, with Quiche the third option being worse, because they kinda suck. Now, let's talk about the actual ideas, because I actually forgot. Can you believe it? Now, the reason I left it to the late part is simply because I want to give you an overhead analysis from the, how we should call it, basically from the advantages that they have, because both the Mayan ideas and this thing here, the Quiche ideas, suck, to be honest. Like this case here, Itze, Quiche, Itza, Siu and Kokomes have the Mayan ideas, and Kiche has the Kiche ideas. So the ideas that I have kind of suck, to be honest. Although, again, I forgot to talk about them, and I really apologize. I guess I have to work on my format to some degree. But yeah, you have the national risk minus 1%, the 4 defense plus 15%. You have the stability cost modifier minus 10%, the development cost minus 10%, aggressive expansion impact minus 10%, tech cost minus 5%, national tax modifier plus 10%, attention for enemies minus 1%, and moral of armies plus 10%. Overall, I'll say that they're a C, mainly because they have the tech cost, the aggressive expansion impact, the moral of armies, which is decent, and the national unrest, and even the compatibility at max as well. This makes them a C towards a B, but they're still kind of crap in my opinion. Now let's go to Kiche. The ideas of the Kiche are really crap, basically. The national tax modifier and the domestic trade power is kind of bad, together with the legitimacy is also quite bad. Although they allow you to get more cash, you're not gonna have a lack of cash, at least in the mid to late game, because you're gonna have tons of provinces and tons of actual trade goods, cash from trade, basically. Production efficiency, it's decent, I guess. Ilya tradition is decent. Goose produce modifier is decent, but they quite stuck with this thing here, though they will give you more development, I think, from that. The diplomatic reputation is decent, I guess. You can get better alliances, and we have the stab cost modifier, which is kind of crap, the moral of armies, which is okay, and the elite prestige. So these guys are weaker mainly because they do not have access to the national race that I had and some more good ideas. Although they are on the same level as CSC, they are still a little bit lower than the Mayan ideas. But if you want a challenge, you're welcome to go with the Kiche and play with the Kiche, because they are the hardest nation to form the Mayas in. Not that much harder, but a little bit harder. As to be noted, they're not that much harder. You're still gonna have the same allies, you're still gonna be able to move some things around, you're still gonna have a easy time, but it's gonna be a little bit harder due to your lower development and worse position, basically. Now, this is basically it. For the probable mid-game to late game, you'll have to control everything around this place here and fight Europeans. For the conquest of these guys here, of Quito and the Incas, it's gonna take you a while, and it's gonna be trench warfare to the heaviest of degree. Like claim take core, that's the way it's played, basically. And for you to arrive here is probably gonna take you quite a while, especially because the Sioux, the Mayas, as you tell them, have what's it called? My bad. Have to take the second reform, basically. The colonists is gonna have to be taken on the second reform, and that's gonna delay it by couple of years, couple of decades, probably 10 to 15 years. Is gonna be delayed, the colonization of this last year. And remember, these things are jungle, and they're gonna take a while to colonize. And because you don't have the admin points, you're not gonna be able to colonize. You're not gonna be able to get the modifiers from the expansion ideas. So you're gonna be fucked anyway. You're gonna be slow to get here. That's what I'm saying. Although they have good religion stuff from religious reforms, overall, as a start, they quite suck at reforming. But still, if you really want to go for it, you can probably go for this first, then drag your feet to some degree. But the lack of ideas that give you more colonists and more colonists and more of this stuff here. more global citadel increase from the tech, which is how much? Plus 20, which is basically gonna double it to some degree. Yeah, it's gonna triple it. So yeah, it's gonna get tripled. Also, for native policy, go for this for coexistence, because they are quite troublesome and you don't want to waste manpower to keep troops here. And you're probably gonna get more events, etc, etc, etc. If you're a better player, like a more experienced player in colonization, you should probably go for the second one, the one here, for the trading policy. Or if you really want to do it, just cut them down and just kill them and leave no natives here. Then you're gonna be able to settle in with ease. Let's actually check something here. You get, god damn it, I really can't remember what you get when you, oh yeah, you get some bonuses to this thing here because of the natives, but I don't remember the actual bonuses. Before it was per 1k natives you get 1 base tax, but this was before, when you didn't have base tax production and manpower, you just had the base tax. But yeah, this is it for the Mayas. There's pretty much nothing more to say other than this. If you have any things that you want to add, post them in the comments, to be honest. Like, there's nothing much to say here, although I guess something can be said about these guys here, but they are, honestly, they are, what should I call them, spread out, basically. Like, they're not gonna be able to create any opposition for your armies. The AIs here, they suck. They're not gonna be able to pose any problem to your armies. So just move in and take them out, kill them. It's not gonna be much of a problem for you to kill them, but by the time you get here, it's gonna take a while, so try not to be hopeful that you're gonna get there anytime soon. It's gonna take 150 years at least for you to get to the creek, for example, because you have to build colonies here, colonies around this place first, then colonies around this place. You have to conquer all of these guys. It's gonna take a while. It's a busybody, I guess, as the Maya. You're gonna have to work a lot. That's why I really don't enjoy the region of Natural and Maya, simply because they are too much work. I mean, especially the Maya, where you have to basically expand and contract, take waste points, etc. That's just not my style. That's really not my style, to basically waste points like that. And the Aztecs are really little less annoying, I guess, but still, that whole region with the vassals and everything is really quite annoying. But yeah, this is it for this episode. There's nothing much to say. Westernization, as always, careful when you do it. Make sure you don't have any rebels, you don't have any fresh conquered territories, etc. No overextension, for example, no separatism, or even if you have something like that, try to have a huge army that with which you can actually keep them down, so you don't have any disasters happening, both events and figuratively speaking, basically. But yeah, this is it for this episode. If you want to add something, post it in the comments and I'll add another video at the end of this, or add annotations or something like that to annotations, those boxes, or I'll post it in the description or something like that. We'll see what I want to modify. But yeah, this is it. If you enjoyed this, consider subscribing or basically watching more of my videos from the playlist. I talked about the illustration of more nations, like for example France, England, Austria, Poland, Ottomans. I have Manchu, I have Cusco, basically the Incas. I have what do I have? I have Najd, for example. More of lands like this, like the Manchu, something like that. But yeah, this is it for today. I hope you enjoyed this. I'll see you next time, guys. Ciao.